Hello there, my name's Andy and I'm from a company called Piranha Audio Visual, and this short video is all about our digital desk demonstration evenings. The first thing to say is the evenings are completely free. We'll turn up with a van full of gear, set it up and let you get hands-on with it as long as you want to, and we'll answer all of your questions for that. I've worked in tech for the last 30 years. I used to be a live sound engineer, but when children came along, we moved to installing the equipment. I'm also a Christian since my childhood. I lead worship and run the tech in our church, and we've got other members of staff who are also Christians and involved in their local church. So before we get into what we're going to talk about on these evenings, I just wanted to talk about why. We visit lots and lots of churches all over the UK, and we get asked the same questions over and over, whether they're more modern churches or with maybe a live worship band, or more traditional churches. The questions we get asked about modern technology are almost always the same. So we wanted to talk about digital mixing desks and bring them to churches so you can see and understand how they work and talk about which one might be right for you. We know that the tithes and gifts that people give to churches are precious and they have to go a long way. So hopefully through these evenings you'll avoid the risk of buying the wrong thing, or buying something that's more complicated than your needs, but also understanding what the desks are capable of, so that although they might appear complicated, you can actually find the simple ways of operating them to making life easy for your volunteers. One thing these demonstration evenings aren't going to include is any attempt to sell you technology. There's going to be no hard sell, no soft sell, any other type of sell. It'll be an engineer that visits you and we'll talk about the nuts and bolts of the technology. We'll have the prices, but there'll be no attempt to sell you anything. So we anticipate the evenings working like this. We expect to arrive at about 7 o'clock and we'll set up the equipment. If we can, we'll wire in some of your microphones, maybe wire in your speakers, because we'd like you to be able to listen to the desks and we'll be able to show you what's going on and you actually be able to hear the difference. So we suggest inviting the people who want to view the stuff at 7:30 and we'll be ready to go then. And then we'll talk about the different types of desk. I've got a little tiddly one here. We've got a desk in there which needs an iPad to operate it. We've got a desk here with physical faders which are automated, and we've also got a connection box here. So if you've got a band maybe, and maybe you're used to working with what's called a multi-core or a snake, this is a digital version of it, so all the different microphones might plug into there. So we'll talk through the different styles. We will demonstrate some of the functions on them. We'll show you how they're similar to analog desks, the ones you might already have. We'll show you the extra benefits of what's in a digital desk, and we'll, through conversation with how you do church, whether you've got a band or not, whether the band is bigger, smaller, we'll decide whether something like this tiddly one is appropriate, whether something bigger is more appropriate. These come in bigger sizes again. Or whether the in-betweeny, where you run it all from an iPad, is suitable. They all have their benefits, they all have their pros and cons. Obviously they're all at different price points, so we'll go through all of that. What we won't do is blind you with science or bamboozle you with jargon. We'll explain everything in layman's terms, and we'll answer any and all of the questions, and we'll just go through it. I'll do a bit of a talky bit, but we'll just go through and answer people's questions, welcome as many as folks want to ask, welcome people getting hands-on with the kit. We'll go through and explain what happens with how they work. We'll get as technical or not as people want. So if you're interested in taking advantage of one of these completely free demonstration evenings, send us an email please to enquiries@piranhaav.co.uk and let us know the name of the church and your preferred evening. Thanks for watching.